Something shifted in the spirit the moment you clicked on this video. An unseen gate trembled, a whisper moved through the veil, and heaven leaned in. You may not feel it yet, but your spirit does. Because this isn't a random moment. This is a divine interruption, a holy appointment, a revelation sent on assignment to find you, yes, you God's chosen one. If your chest feels warm, your breath slows, or something in you suddenly awakens, it's because this word was never meant for the masses. It was crafted for the remnant, for the ones who have walked through shadows and storms, who have stood at the edge of uncertainty, wondering if heaven still knew their name. You've wandered through long nights, waiting seasons, silent battles, heartbreak. You never spoke about warfare that tried to drain the oil from your spirit. Yet here you are, still standing, still seeking, still carrying a glow the darkness couldn't steal. And now heaven speaks. You were not lost. You were being aligned. The cycle that drained you is ending. The doors that resisted you are opening. The wilderness is giving way to promise. This is your divine reversal, your prophetic turning point. You are being positioned for the calling your soul has been whispering about since childhood. The assignment only the chosen can carry. If this resonates in your spirit, act in faith. Comment 777. Subscribe, release a super thank as a prophetic seal, and stay until the end, because a deeper revelation is about to unfold. This is your alignment. God's chosen ones, you were not lost. This is your divine alignment. Chosen one, as you hear these words, something ancient and holy begins to stir in the unseen, a gentle trembling in the atmosphere around you. Like the soft opening of a hidden gate your spirit has been waiting at for far too long. Maybe you've wondered why your life has felt like a long stretch of wandering, a map full of pauses and detours you never chose. Maybe the path ahead still looks blurred, as if God keeps you in a season where visibility is given one step at a time. Or maybe deep inside you've battled with the quiet fear that you somehow drifted away from your purpose. But listen carefully, you chosen one, you were never lost, you were being aligned. Before you ever felt confused, God had already spoken. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Jeremiah 1:5. This wasn't poetry, it was blueprint. It was the architecture of your destiny, written before you took your first breath. You may have questioned, why does clarity come so slowly, or why does it feel like everyone else is moving faster than me? But heaven sees differently than the earth. Where you see delay, God sees design. Where you see stillness, God sees preparation. Where you see silence, God sees sacred shaping. And yet, let me ask you something, a question not meant for your mind but for your spirit. What if the season that felt like abandonment was actually the season where God was closest to you? Consider that deeply, because this truth has weight. Every moment you felt uncertain was mirrored by a moment of clarity God had already secured for your future. You've never walked blind. You've only walked ahead of your revelation. Think of the shepherd guiding his flock in the night, using not sunlight but instinct, presence, nearness. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23:4. It is His presence, not your vision, that has kept you aligned. You see, chosen one, heaven has a way of working behind the curtain of your understanding. The physicists call it nonlinear order, artists call it the hidden symmetry, and Scripture calls it God working all things together for good. Romans 8:28. Even when you felt suspended between decisions, even when life felt like a wilderness of unanswered prayers, you were not drifting, you were being positioned. Just as Michelangelo saw a statue trapped within the marble, God has seen the masterpiece within your struggle. He has been chiseling, carving, shaping you quietly, patiently, intentionally. And yes, the carving hurts, because transformation always does. But He has never left you to endure it alone. Sometimes God hides His chosen ones before He reveals them. Think of David tending sheep before facing Goliath, Joseph in prison, before standing before Pharaoh, Esther in obscurity, before saving a nation. Hidden seasons are not punishment, they are protection, they are preparation. But here is a hook your spirit must hear. Not everyone survives their hidden season, but those who do cannot be stopped in their revealed one. Chosen one, you have survived. Now heaven is preparing to unveil what it has built in you. But before the unveiling comes revelation. Let me take you deeper. There were moments when life felt chaotic, doors closing, relationships shifting, opportunities slipping through your fingers. You called it confusion, but heaven called it cleansing. God was removing what could not go with you into your next chapter. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. 1 Corinthians 14:33. The confusion you felt was not God confusing you, it was God confronting what was confusing you. It was God shaking loose the people, environments, attachments, and belief systems that blurred the vision of your calling. You weren't breaking down, you were breaking free. And chosen one, have you ever wondered why your spirit felt restless in seasons where nothing seemed wrong on the surface? That restlessness was not anxiety, it was awakening. It was God whispering, "There is more." The more your spirit knew but your surroundings did not reflect yet. The more your soul creed but your conditions could not provide. This is divine tension, the pull between who you were and who you are becoming. Even science teaches that tension precedes transformation. The stretching of a bow before the arrow flies, the pressure within a seed before it breaks open to grow. So why do you think God would not use the same tension to launch you? But now, chosen one, feel this shift. You are stepping out of spiritual fog and into spiritual precision. Something is aligning, something is settling, something is awakening. God is about to speak into the very places where fear tried to take root. And yes, you have felt fear. Fear of failing, fear of stepping forward, fear of being seen, fear of not being enough. Fear disguised as caution, whispering to you in the quiet, maybe you weren't meant for this. But hear this prophetic verdict from heaven: fear not, for I am with you. Isaiah 41:10. That is not comfort, that is command, that is spiritual legislation overturning every lie spoken over your identity. And let me unsettle you with another truth: fear has been studying you longer than you've been studying your calling. Fear knows where to whisper. Fear knows when to strike. Fear knows which insecurities to press its thumb against. But fear has underestimated the God inside you. Christ in you, the hope of glory, Colossians chapter 1:27. And just like that, hope begins to rise again. Not the soft, gentle hope the world speaks of, but the supernatural kind that refuses to die. The hope that sustained Job when everything collapsed, the hope that lifted Peter from the water, the hope that ignited Paul in prison. This hope is not fragile. It is fire. It is fuel. It is the spiritual engine of destiny. But let me ask you one more question. Chosen one, what if the hope you thought had died was only sleeping like Lazarus before Jesus called him out? Sleeping like dormant seeds, waiting for the right season, sleeping like potential, waiting for divine timing to breathe upon it. And here comes another hook. Some things in your life didn't die. They were waiting for your alignment. Heaven is breathing on those places now. And as hope rises, clarity rises with it. You begin to see that what felt like rejection was protection. What felt like delay was refinement. What felt like warfare was training. What felt like silence was strategy. And what felt like the end was the beginning of your becoming. You chosen one are being prepared for impact. But let me bring this deeper with human story. Think of Nelson Mandela, shaped by years of wrongful imprisonment. The world saw confinement, heaven saw construction. His character was being tempered, his purpose sharpened, his heart expanded. He emerged not bitter but aligned, Or consider this fictional image, a young warrior in an ancient kingdom who trains for years in isolation, unaware that the crown is being shaped for their head even before they ever touch a battlefield. That warrior is you. The wilderness you endured was not wasted. The tears you cried were not ignored. The prayers you whispered were not lost. God has been building a version of you that darkness cannot overpower and people cannot deny. A version forged by pressure, strengthened by faith, and anointed through endurance. You are stepping into a season where understanding replaces confusion, clarity replaces doubt, and honor replaces misinterpretation. God is about to make you understood, and the evidence of His hand on your life will speak louder than your explanations ever could. Your growth will speak. Your anointing will speak. Your transformation will speak. Your results will speak. Arise, shine, for your light has come. Isaiah 61. This is your moment of alignment, where favor meets preparation, where destiny meets readiness, where calling meets courage. But listen closely. None of this is accidental. Heaven has orchestrated every step leading you here. You didn't stumble into purpose, you grew into it. You didn't find your calling, you were awakened into it. You didn't survive by luck, you survived by design. And now you, chosen one, must embrace your sacred assignment. The world needs the wisdom you've gained through suffering, the compassion you've learned through heartbreak, the strength you've forged through endurance. Your life will be evidence that God still lifts, still heals, still answers, still restores, still aligns. Your story is about to become someone else's confirmation. As this revelation settles in your spirit, let peace wash over you, the rare, holy kind Jesus spoke of. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives. John 14:27. A peace that stills storms, a peace that clarifies purpose, a peace that anchors identity, a peace that whispers you are exactly where God needs you to be. And now, chosen one, before this word closes, I ask you, what part of this message touched the deepest part of your soul? What moment felt like God speaking directly to you? Share your thoughts, your story, or even a single sentence below. Your voice may awaken another chosen one who needs this revelation. And as we continue deeper, chosen one, there is another practice essential to your alignment: spiritual honesty. This is the willingness to acknowledge your true emotions, your fears, your hopes, your strengths, your weaknesses, your unmet needs, and the silent conversations you avoid even with yourself. Many people run from honesty because it feels too raw, too vulnerable, too revealing. But spiritual honesty is liberation. It breaks illusions. It dismantles self-deception. It opens the heart to transformation. When you are honest with yourself, you stop pretending to be further along than you are. You stop fighting battles that aren't yours. You stop forcing yourself to maintain a version of you that was only meant for a previous season. Honesty frees your spirit to align with what is real rather than what is idealized. And once you become honest, clarity follows naturally. You will know who you are, what you want, what you value, and what no longer resonates with your soul. You become grounded not in fantasy but in authenticity, and authenticity is one of the most powerful spiritual frequencies you can embody. Another practice is spiritual boundaries, the protection of your inner world. Many chosen ones struggle not because they lack purpose, but because they lack boundaries that safeguard their energy, time, focus, and emotional capacity. Spiritual boundaries are not walls. They are gates that you open with intention and close with discernment. They determine what enters your spirit and what leaves it. They determine what conversations deserve your voice, what environments deserve your presence, what relationships deserve access to your vulnerability. Setting boundaries does not make you hard, it makes you whole. It preserves your peace, it protects your purpose, it prevents you from scattering your energy into places that cannot support the version of you that is emerging. Boundaries are not selfish, they are sacred stewardship, and practicing them will keep your spirit aligned, stable, and anchored in your path. The next practice is spiritual discipline, not in the sense of strictness or self-punishment, but in the sense of consistency. Growth does not happen in grand gestures. It happens in small, steady choices repeated over time. Discipline is choosing to return to your practices even when you don't feel like it. It's choosing alignment over avoidance, presence over distraction, courage over comfort. It's strengthening the muscles of your inner world until your spiritual practices become natural, instinctive, and integrated into your daily rhythm. Discipline is what turns inspiration into transformation. Without it, insights remain ideas. With it, insights become identity. Discipline anchors your commitment so deeply that even on difficult days, you remain aligned, centered, and connected to your purpose. And now, chosen one, we enter a more advanced practice, spiritual receptivity. Many people ask for guidance but are not open to receiving it. They want answers but resist the directions that come. They want transformation but resist the changes required. Receptivity is the softening of the spirit, the willingness to allow insight, correction, redirection, and inspiration to reshape your perspective. It is the openness to growth, the humility to evolve, and the courage to release outdated versions of yourself. To practice receptivity is to say, I am willing to be taught. I am willing to be redirected. I am willing to not know everything. I am willing to change. Receptivity expands your spiritual capacity. It prepares your inner world to receive wisdom, clarity, creativity, and strength that were previously inaccessible. When you become receptive, you stop trying to control timing. You stop resisting discomfort. You stop arguing with your own becoming. Instead, you flow. You adapt. You evolve. You align. Another powerful practice is spiritual elevation, the deliberate raising of your inner standards. Elevation is not about perfection. It is about refinement. It is choosing thoughts that reflect your worth rather than your wounds. It is responding from maturity rather than emotion. It is protecting your peace more fiercely than your pride. Elevation happens when you stop entertaining what drains you and begin engaging with what strengthens you. It is the conscious decision to grow upward, to elevate your thinking, your habits, your speech, your relationships, your environments. Every time you elevate your standard, you elevate your alignment. This practice shifts your attractor field. Your life begins to magnetize opportunities, clarity, and relationships that match your higher frequency. The next practice is spiritual embodiment of peace. Peace is not passive. Peace is powerful. It is the ability to remain steady in uncertainty, calm in transition, centered in storms. Peace is not the absence of challenge. It is the presence of inner alignment. To practice peace is to refuse to let fear dictate your decisions. It is choosing to breathe when you want to panic. It is choosing to slow down when everything tries to rush you. It is choosing presence over projection, groundedness over anxiety, clarity over confusion. Peace is a skill. Peace is a practice. Peace is a posture. The more you cultivate it, the more stable your spiritual foundation becomes. We now arrive at one of the deepest practices, spiritual surrender. Surrender is often misunderstood. It does not mean giving up. It means giving over. It means releasing the pressure to force outcomes and trusting that alignment is unfolding even when you cannot see the details. Surrender is the ultimate act of spiritual maturity. It acknowledges that you are responsible for your effort, but not responsible for every outcome. It frees you from anxiety, fear, and emotional exhaustion. It invites ease back into your journey. Surrender does not weaken you. It strengthens you. It shifts you from control to cooperation. It allows life to flow again. And in surrender, alignment becomes natural rather than forced. Another essential practice is spiritual expansion, growing beyond the limitations of your past beliefs, your fears, and your old identity. Expansion requires curiosity. It requires openness. It requires the willingness to step out of your comfort zone and into the unfamiliar. Expansion happens when you begin exploring new ideas, new perspectives, new skills, new environments. It happens when you allow your identity to evolve. Expansion is the opposite of stagnation. It breathes life into your spirit. It breaks old patterns. It strengthens your intuition. Expansion opens doors that discipline alone cannot. And as you expand, you begin to realize that alignment is not only about being guided. It is about becoming capable of receiving what you are being guided into. Finally, chosen one, we arrive at the last practice of this extended teaching, spiritual integration of identity. Identity is the anchor of alignment. When you know who you are, everything falls into its rightful place. Integration is the merging of all your growth, insights, lessons, and practices into a single steady awareness. This is who I am now. You stop acting from old wounds. You stop apologizing for your calling. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces not meant for you. You stop doubting your path. Integration is where you begin living from authenticity rather than fear, from purpose, rather than insecurity, from clarity rather than confusion. Your identity becomes firm and your life begins to reflect it through your choices, your habits, your relationships, your atmosphere, your very presence. Chosen one. These practices are invitations into your next level. You are not meant to walk blindly. You are meant to walk awake. You are meant to co-create your journey with intention, awareness, courage, peace, and openness. You are meant to deepen your spiritual intelligence so your spirit leads and your life follows. This is not theoretical teaching. This is embodiment. This is application. This is alignment in motion. And as these practices become part of your daily rhythm, you will feel the shift, subtle at first, then undeniable. You will sense clarity rising where confusion once lived. You will stand taller in your purpose. You will feel lighter in your spirit. You will trust your direction. You will recognize alignment not as something occasional, but as something continual. Now, before we close, pause. Place your awareness back into your heart. Notice the stillness, notice the openness, notice the readiness within you. You are growing, you are aligning, you are expanding. And now, chosen one, I invite you to share in the comments which practice spoke to you the most today. Which one do you feel called to begin? Your words may be the light that guides another soul into alignment. And so, chosen one, as we continue deeper into the realm of spiritual application, there is another essential dimension you must learn to cultivate: spiritual observation. Observation is the art of noticing without reacting, perceiving without assuming, witnessing without personalizing. It is the ability to step back from your emotions, your fears, your assumptions, and your habitual interpretations, and to simply see what is happening in your inner and outer world. Most people move through life in a blur, responding automatically to everything that stirs their feelings. But you are no longer being called to live automatically. You are being invited to live consciously. When you observe yourself, your thoughts, your choices, and your patterns, something extraordinary happens. You gain power over them, not through force, but through awareness. And awareness, chosen one, is liberation. Awareness dissolves the grip of old habits. Awareness exposes the root of your reactions. Awareness reveals the beliefs that have shaped your limitations. When you practice observation, your inner world begins to shift. You stop being controlled by what happens to you and start becoming empowered by how you interpret it. The moment you choose observation over reaction is the moment you reclaim your authority. Another practice deeply tied to alignment is energetic stewardship. Every human carries a reservoir of energy: emotional energy, mental energy, spiritual energy. This energy fuels your decisions, your creativity, your intuition, your resilience. But if your energy leaks through worry, overthinking, people-pleasing, unresolved conflict, or constant self-doubt, you will always feel exhausted before your purpose has even begun. Stewardship means becoming mindful of where your energy flows, who it flows to, and what returns back to you. It means noticing which conversations strengthen you and which ones drain you. It means identifying environments where you feel heavy and those where you feel expanded. It means discerning whether your tiredness comes from physical exertion or emotional misalignment. When you begin noticing these energetic dynamics, you reclaim authority over your vitality. You realize that your energy is one of your greatest spiritual assets, and protecting it is not selfish, it is strategic. It is part of your calling, for when your energy is aligned, your life follows. Then there is the practice of spiritual openness to change. Many chosen ones pray for transformation but resist the discomfort it brings. Change is not comfortable. Growth is not gentle. Expansion is not calm. Transformation requires you to outgrow the familiar challenge. Old beliefs step beyond your comfort zone and allow yourself to become a version of you that your past cannot recognize. And that can feel intimidating, but resisting change does not stop the shift, it only delays your alignment. Openness is the willingness to let life rearrange you, stretch you, refine you, surprise you. Openness is trusting that discomfort is not danger, it is development. Openness softens your heart, sharpens your intuition, and prepares you to step into new opportunities when they arise. The more open you are, the easier alignment becomes. The path unfolds naturally when your resistance dissolves. Another profound practice is inner alignment through emotional regulation. Emotions are powerful, but they are not meant to be dictators. They are signals, messages from your inner world. Emotional regulation does not suppress emotion. It holds it gently, interprets it wisely, and responds intentionally. When sadness arises, sit with it without judgment. When anger rises, listen to what boundary is being violated. When anxiety whispers, ask what uncertainty needs clarity. When joy appears, allow it to expand fully. Emotional regulation keeps you balanced, grounded, and connected to truth rather than fear. It trains your inner world to become a sanctuary rather than a battlefield. And as your emotional regulation strengthens, so does your spiritual authority. You begin responding from wisdom rather than reaction. You begin choosing alignment rather than impulse. You begin embodying peace rather than chaos. Next, we enter the practice of spiritual refinement. Refinement is the process of removing what no longer aligns with your identity. Old beliefs, outdated mindsets, limiting narratives, destructive habits, and thought patterns inherited from your past. Refinement is subtle but powerful. It requires self-awareness, humility, and the willingness to confront your shadows without fear. Refinement reveals your true essence by clearing away what is not authentically yours. As you refine your inner world, your outer world shifts effortlessly. Relationships change. Priorities change. Goals evolve. You stop chasing validation and start honoring your truth. You stop forcing connections and begin nurturing alignment. Refinement is not a one-time process. It is a lifelong unfolding, and every layer you shed brings you closer to your highest expression. Another essential practice is spiritual rest. Rest is not merely sleep, it is permission. Permission to pause. Permission to be human. Permission to breathe without performing. Permission to stop striving long enough for your spirit to recalibrate. Many chosen ones struggle not because they lack vision, but because they lack rest. Rest restores clarity. Rest renews strength. Rest sharpens intuition. Rest allows creativity to flow again. When you honor rest, you honor your humanity. And honoring your humanity is a sacred act. For rest is not laziness, it is alignment. It is recognizing that your worth is not tied to productivity but presence. It is realizing that your value is inherent even in stillness. Finally, we enter the practice of spiritual attentiveness, the awareness of subtle guidance. Guidance rarely comes as thunder. It often comes as a whisper, a nudge, a sense of knowing, a moment of alignment you cannot explain. Attentiveness means paying attention to the synchronicities around you, the repeated ideas that come to your mind, the doors that open effortlessly, the peace that settles unexpectedly, the discomfort that signals misalignment, the inner pull that refuses to go away. Attentiveness allows you to walk with heaven, not ahead of it. It teaches you to move when it's time and wait when it's necessary. Guidance is always present, but attentiveness determines whether you notice it. Chosen one, as you integrate these practices into your daily rhythm, your life will shift in ways subtle and profound. You will become more centered, more attuned, more aligned, more grounded. You will feel your inner world strengthening. You will sense clarity rising naturally. You will trust your direction without fear. And step by step, day by day, you will embody the truth that has been whispered over your life from the beginning. You were never lost. You were being prepared, and now your alignment has begun. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this journey, let these final words settle deeply within you. Alignment is not a moment, it is a way of living. Every breath you take, every choice you make, every step you walk with intention draws you closer to the life your soul has always known was yours. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not lost. You are unfolding beautifully, intentionally, divinely. If this message has touched your spirit, I invite you to become part of this growing sanctuary of light. Like this video to anchor your agreement, share it so another wandering soul may find their way. Comment below and tell me what resonated in your heart. And subscribe so you never miss the next revelation meant for you. And whether you support this channel through a super thanks or simply through your presence here, know this: I am grateful. Your energy, your growth, your spiritual hunger, they matter deeply. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for becoming. And now, chosen one, may peace surround you. May clarity guide you. May strength rise within you, and may every step ahead be aligned with purpose and grace.